Nanandana Prajaparana Kada Gokula Ranjana Kana Yasomati Nandana Prajaparana Kada Gokula Ranjana Kana Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om 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 Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
So I prepared a very simple PowerPoint. I thought it's easier because many of you, English is not your first language. English is second language. So with second language, then it's easier if you can see the words on the board, if you can see what I'm saying, what we're presenting. It's something's better to understand. Anyway, we're continuing to talk about caring for Mother Earth. So, I was speaking about Maharaj Prithu and how he was chastising Mother Earth because she was not delivering the grains. And remember, I was telling all the Brahmanas had come to King Prithu to say they were hungry, they were skinny, and they wanted to have some food, they wanted grains to eat. Remember I told you about the Queen of France? When the people said, there's no money for bread, what did she say?
She actually didn't say that, but
Huh?
she actually didn't say that. It's a myth.
You're defending her, huh?
No, I mean maybe she was ignorant, but that's something that put in the aftermath. She didn't have that much power. The king had the power.
Okay, and we won't get into history. They all got killed, you know, there was a revolution and the royal family had to run away. There's no more royal family in France anymore. All right, so anyway, caring for Mother Earth, I wanted to bring out the importance that we want to cultivate the mode of goodness. It's important for us to show care for Mother Earth. It will definitely help the more we reflect the qualities of goodness. So, the first thing is to understand three modes of material nature. Because we're dealing with the material world, the material energy, and the three modes are there, very, very powerful. They influence everyone and everything. The way you dress, the food you eat, the way we speak, everything is influenced by the modes of nature. So, first of all, just to help you understand how these modes of nature are working, right? Sattva gun, the mode of goodness. It means acting selflessly for the betterment of your environment. Not just thinking about our own self, but thinking about Mother Earth. That would be the mode of goodness. Right? Often we just do things, we act simply for our own. We think what I want to do. We don't think about the environment. So it's important for us to try to cultivate this mode of goodness and avoid the lower modes. The two modes, we have the Rajagun, which means acting selfishly to satisfy your own needs and ambition. So the mode of passion, very prominent in the world today. And people promote passion. There's this one restaurant, they have written on the walls of the window of the restaurant, "Come and taste the passion." You know, people think, oh, nice, passionate food, this is what they want. So the mode of passion. And then you get behind the wheel of a car and they say, feel the passion. Or you get on that motorbike and you can feel the passion. And people are thinking, this is enjoyment, this is excitement, this is their pleasure. But it's very selfish that we're not really thinking about the environment. We're not thinking about others. We're only thinking about our own needs, what we want. So that's the mode of passion. And then the mode of ignorance, tamagun, acting carelessly, without regard for anyone or anything around you. Not being conscious at all about other people or about the environment, the surroundings which we're in. Of course, yesterday you had an opportunity to go out into the forest, to go there among all the trees, and you can experience nature. Very nice, you have a wonderful experience of nature and the environment. Well, many people do. They like the environment. They enjoy the countryside. They will work all week to come to the countryside on the weekend. We have one center in Indonesia, and it's a few hours out from Jakarta. If you go to Jakarta, it's a big city life. It's a lot of passion. Everyone's on motorbikes and cars. Very crowded, busy city. But on the weekend, people all like to go to the countryside. They go to the mountains. So we have one center in a place called Puncak. And many people come, they like to come to visit our center there on the weekend. And so the mode of ignorance is very strong. We get easily influenced. From the mode of passion, you go down to the mode of ignorance. So we want to avoid these things. We want to understand what is the mode of passion and what is the mode of ignorance. So I've got some questions now, and we want you to answer which mode of nature does this apply to? Is this the mode of goodness, or the mode of passion, or the mode of ignorance? And in this way, by hearing these different questions, different situations, we get some understanding of what it means to be in goodness, or in passion, or in ignorance. Right? We want to be in goodness. We want to cultivate the mode of goodness. So, we're going to ask you, I'm going to ask you the questions, and you have to give the answers. Pick the gunas. Which guna does it reflect? Yes?
Yeah, maybe just request that the elders don't answer, if you would answer.
Sorry?
That not the elders answer, but the youth answer. So
Let
that
the youth
yes,
answer,
only
not that the elder screams out the answer.
Yes, right.
So we elders keep the fight.
We want the youth. These questions are directed to the youth. You're not the older people, right? So the elders, you just have to keep quiet. Thank you, Mataji. Okay, so pick the gunas, right? You will see a scenario being presented to you. Tell me which guna they fall under.
Batteries are out.
Oh, really? Can you understand the question?
Yeah.
You have to pick goodness, passion, or ignorance. Sattva-gun, Rajagun, or Tamagun. Alright? So, first question. repairing clothes instead of immediately replacing them. You know, nowadays everyone has a wardrobe, especially ladies. You know, ladies, you have your wardrobes, right? You come with your clothes. You have your skirts and your blouses and your vests and everything. So, when they get a little torn or ragged, do you repair them or do you immediately go out and buy new ones? So, if you repair the clothes instead of immediately replacing them, what mode of nature is that? Yes, at the back, your hand is up? Huh? Goodness. Everybody agree with her?
Yes.
Anybody disagree?
No.
Somebody may say, oh, I think, oh no, that's too much. I think, you know, it'd be good to, why spend so much time repairing things, you know? It's, anyway, they wear out, the fashion changes, you repair the old ones, it's already out of date, I want to have the new clothes, right? We could think like that. Anyway, the mode of goodness would certainly be to repair the clothes rather than just replacing them. Now, I'm arguing, you know, I'm arguing for you on your behalf. I know many of you will get oh, this is old now, look, oh, it tore it, get rid of it, you know, get something new. How many people would take the trouble to stitch it or put a button on, the button is off, or repair the zip somewhere or something? You know, people don't like to bother to do these things anymore. We're in the consumer world, right? Buy new things, get some new ones. Why repair the old? Certainly the mode of goodness is to repair rather than to replace. All right, next question. Throwing rubbish on the ground. Thomas, the mode of ignorance. Okay, everybody agree?
Yes.
Throw rubbish on. When you went yesterday to the forest, what did you do with your rubbish? Kept it in your bag? Brought it back? We're often challenged, you know, you go out for a walk in the forest and, you know, you brought some food with you, you brought some things with you. What did you do with the waste, you know? Did you leave it on the ground for the insects to come and eat? If you throw rubbish on the ground, you can, when you go to India especially, you see a lot of rubbish on the ground. A lot of plastic everywhere, especially the plastic, because paper is a little different. Paper, it comes from the trees and it can go back into the ground, you know, it decomposes all right. It doesn't make a big problem to the environment. But plastic is a big problem. A lot of plastic, especially plastic bottles. You know, people drink water and when they finish the water, throw the bottle away, plastic bottle. And then you've got soft drinks, you know, these cans of soft drinks, they're also another thing, they throw them away. So like that is definitely, tamagun, right? That's the mode of ignorance. Alright, next question. Taking huge portions of prasadam at a feast because it looks good. What do you think?
Subtle.
It may look good, doesn't mean it tastes good, right? May look good. What do you say, ladies? Taking big portions of prasadam, like they have a nice cake, you know, a big cake with a lot of icing on it. I mean, think, oh, that looks nice, right? So you take more because it looks good? Give me more of that. Give me more samosas.
Some girls here
In the back, they're raising their hands.
I'm not able to. What did she think?
there's some girls.
Scream out.
Passion.
Passion. Is it?
Passion. Everybody agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, correct. Very good. Rajagun. Okay, next question. Leaving litter after a park program. We go to the park, we have programs in the park, you know, people come and we give out prasadam. And, you know, we're distributing prasadam and we have pamphlets as well. We're giving out pamphlets and cards. So we leave a bit of a mess, some litter left in the park. So, what mode is it?
Ignorance.
Ignorance. Yes, tamagun. Very good. Next one. Refilling a water bottle instead of buying a new one.
Goodness.
Huh?
Goodness.
Right? If you refill your water bottle, instead of, you know, just throw it away, I'll get a new bottle, a new one. Yeah. So, yeah, Prabhu says,
Goodness.
okay, Sattvagun. Very good. Then, damaging temple property through carelessness. Damaging temple property through carelessness.
Ignorance.
Ignorance? Good. Yes, Tamagun. Thanking Krishna before eating.
Goodness.
Yes, Sattvagun. Purchasing multiple items because they are on discount. Purchasing multiple items, it's on a discount. We should get more while they're all cheap, right? So,
Passion. Passion.
yes, very good, right? Do you have a lot of shoes at home? How many pairs of shoes do you have? How many pens do you have? How many laptops do you have? Taking extra free items simply because they are available. Well, it's all free, right? You take more. Sometimes they give out things free. You know, we give out books and things. Sometimes we give out books to people. People say, oh, well, it's free. We'll take it. They take it and never read it. So taking extra free items because they are available, that's the mode of?
Passion.
Yes, passion, Rajagun. Leaving broken glass where others could get hurt.
Ignorance.
Yes? Ignorance, tamagun. Avoiding unnecessary food waste at home.
Goodness.
Goodness, yes. Try to do these things. Try to avoid wasting food. Then, reusing gift bags and wrapping paper. You know, in Mayapur we have a ban on plastic. You're not allowed to use plastic in Mayapur because it pollutes the dam. And you purchase anything in Mayapur, in the shops in Mayapur, they won't put it in a plastic bag. They'll put it in some paper, wrap it in some paper. So reusing gift bags and wrapping paper. That is which mode? Goodness, yes. All right. Okay, now we're going to see a bit more general discussion. Which mode do you think? Buying an electric car. Anybody bought an electric car? Maybe not yet, right? What do you think? Is that the mode of passion or ignorance or goodness? To buy an electric car. What's the good thing about the electric car? No pollution, right? No exhaust, because it's an electric car. So we could think, well, that's good for the environment. But are there any problems with the electric car?
Yes.
What?
There's kids mining the minerals. There's kids in Africa mining those minerals.
Oh, the kids are mining the minerals to produce the cars.
Yes, and to just produce the car produces more emissions than.
Huh?
Yeah.
What?
To produce, everything produces a lot of emissions. But driving it doesn't produce anything.
Oh, but manufacturing does.
And depending on the country, how they produce the electricity may also be creating.
Yeah, you have to produce electricity.
In Sweden it's water, but in other places it may be petroleum based.
Mm-hmm. So, we may think buying an electric car is the mode of goodness, but if you think deeper about it, there's so many other issues about the electric cars. There's some good things, there's some bad things. In everything, there's some good, there's some bad. We have to be very careful. So, buying an electric car, you have to think. There's certainly, in some ways it's an advantage that you don't have to get petrol, but you have to recharge the batteries all the time. And they tend to accelerate more than ordinary cars. People like that they go so fast. So quickly, you can accelerate very quickly in them. So they're more accident prone. And you can put them on automatic pilot nowadays. They're making cars, the electric cars are like that. You don't have to drive it. If you're on a big highway, you can put it on automatic and the car just goes itself. But risky. Other cars are there. And there's so many things. Pros and cons. There's some good things, there's some bad things. So electric cars. And then, second one, building a large temple. Building a big temple. What do you think? Is that good for us or is that bad? Nice to have big temples, right? You like big temples. Oh, have a nice big temple. What are the problems? Yes?
I think it depends on how many people go to the temple. If it's only a few people, it's like passion maybe, because you waste not wasting, but you use very much of your resources, and it's not really needed. But if it's many people that needs place in the temple, it's good.
Yes, I think that's a good point, that there should be enough people coming, or you can attract the people to fill the temple. We do like to have a big temple. You get sometimes festivals, you get a lot of people, so it's nice to have big space, big programs. They told me in the past they had 1,000 devotees here at one time. They had a Vyasa Puja for Harikesha at that time when he was the spiritual teacher. And they had a big tent, and they had about 1,000 devotees came for the Vyasa Puja. So here at this place, they had 1,000 people. The whole temple room is packed, right? Of course, not every day. Things change. Sometimes in the beginning, sometimes temples you open, you don't get too many people. But gradually it picks up and more people start coming. I went to Stockholm last night. Now I went there 2 years ago and there was not so many people. But last night we saw a lot of new people coming, and the temple room was practically full. It was very nice to see. And they told me also on Janmashtami they served prasadam to 500 people at the temple in Stockholm. So that's impressive, get so many people coming, take prasadam. So having a big temple is nice, but it's not easy to maintain. You have a big temple, you need to maintain it. You have to keep it clean. And you have to make sure everything's been maintained. The windows have to be clean, the paintwork has to be fresh, everything has to be kept up. It's not easy. If you don't have many devotees, then it's very difficult. In Mayapur, of course, they're building a big temple of the Vedic planetarium. They have a lot of people coming. I think even the temple they built is not big enough. They need a bigger temple because so many people come in Mayapur. And they have so many devotees also. They have a lot of devotees. People want to be devotees there all the time. So they're not short of manpower there in Mayapur. And so India also, the economy is much more developed nowadays. They get good donations, funds coming. So building big temples is very nice, but it's a challenge, depending where you are. Some parts of the world, in the beginning, in Prabhupada's time, devotees were very ambitious and they got big temples. But then in course of time, the devotees, they changed their ashram. In the beginning, many devotees were brahmacharis. But in course of time, they move on into grihastha life. And when they become grihasthas, they move up, they want their own house. And they may need a job. And they move away from the temple. And so sometimes some temples were full, but nowadays, after some time, not so many people. Like Los Angeles, in Prabhupada's time, temple was full. There were many devotees. But nowadays, it's not quite so many devotees there. Nothing like what used to be there in Prabhupada's time. So things change with the course of time. You build a big temple, you have to maintain it. You have to have money. To build a big temple, you have to have money to build it in the beginning. That's also not so easy all the time. Not everywhere to get funds. In Spain, there's one church, the Christian church. They've been building it for more than 150 years. They're still building. It's beautiful, but it's not finished yet. They're still building it. So we don't know, TOVP, they go on for a long time. before he can finish it. Okay, everyone, what do you think? Do you want a big temple or a small temple? Sometimes people say big temples, very impersonal, because so many people, you don't know anybody there, you know, just a big crowd of people. But small temple, it's more intimate. The relationships are much more personal. Everybody knows each other, and they have relationships, they have friendships with each other. But big temples, oh, you know, you're just one in the mass, you know, nobody knows you, nobody cares about you. And so there are, you know, there's different points of view to be understood. Having a big temple, having a small temple. What do you want? A big temple or a small temple?
Small.
Oh, you don't prefer small temples. Good. Okay, you can open your temple. Open your own temple. Okay, one more here. What is it? Growing your own vegetables. How many grow your own vegetables? 1, 2. Yes, 3. Good. Yes, definitely. I know my godbrother Bhakti Raghava Swami Maharaj, he's promoting Varnashram. And he comes to, if he comes to your place, he may say to you, I only eat what you grow. He says like that. He said, I only want to eat what you grow. He came to his disciples in Malaysia and he told them like that. Unless you grow it, I don't want it. I don't want you just to go to the supermarket and purchase your vegetables. Better you go out in the garden and grow your own vegetables. That is very nice. And then you can offer to Krishna with the real love and devotion that these are the vegetables I've grown for Krishna. But you go to the supermarket, you get all the chemicals and genetically modified seeds, and everything is really bad. You know, we met this one man. He was growing vegetables to sell to Singapore. He was growing vegetables, and all the vegetables, he has it arranged so every vegetable is the same size. It's all genetically modified seeds, you see. And they're not in the ground. They just have a mechanical system. They have some pipes and stuff and a little bit of water goes on them. And the whole thing, it's so nasty. You can understand why the vegetables don't have any nutrition today. They don't have any, just like flowers. People, nowadays flowers, they don't have any smell. They look nice, but they don't have any smell anymore, hardly. You get flower like that. Orchids, of course, they're like that. They don't have any smell. But many flowers nowadays, you buy them in the market, they don't have any smell. But you grow your own flowers, then you get some nice flowers to offer to Krishna. So we want to encourage that. I know in Europe, it's shocking to me to go to temples that, like I was in Zurich, and they buy flowers once a week. They only offer flower and garland to the deities on the weekend because the rest, they say flowers are just so expensive. It just costs so much money. Even in Holland, to get flowers. Now they grow flowers there in Holland, but they're so expensive that most temples, they can't afford it. It's just so much money to get flowers and to grow flowers. So Prabhupada knew these things are going to come, and he warned us, you have to be ready. You know, a lot of people, they don't even know how to grow vegetables. They don't know how to go in the garden and get their hands a little dirty on the earth. But that's the best thing to do, to go out there in the fields and go in the garden and grow your vegetables and grow some flowers. get some land for yourself and grow your own food. Very nice. Then Bhakti-Raghava Swami will come and have prasadam. Right, one more here. Oh, okay. Picking flowers. Picking flowers. Well, I was saying, the flowers should have a nice aroma, should be fragrant. Orchids may look very nice, but they have no smell. Srila Prabhupada said, a flower which looks nice but has no smell is like a young man who looks good but has a bad character. Right? Do you want a man like that for a husband? No, right? You don't want a man who, he may look good, but if he's a bad character, it's no good, right? So, flowers which don't have any smell, they're like that. Okay? Okay, some quotes here. The same action can fall under different modes depending on the motivation behind it. You can read.
Next one, right?
Yeah.
Ultimately, bhakti invites us to act not merely in goodness, but in loving service to Krishna and his energies, which transcends all the three gunas.
Yeah. So this is the idea. We're devotees. We want to transcend the modes of nature. We don't want to be under the modes of nature. We want to come to the transcendental platform. Aradhita, read.
The earth is not merely where we live, it is where Krishna performs his pastimes, where devotees serve him, and where every tree, river, mountain, and creature can remind us of him. Caring for Mother Earth is therefore not just environmentalism, it is an expression of gratitude, humility, and devotion.
Do you agree?
Yes.
We're not just environmentalists. We're not just concerned, people that are campaigning, oh, global warming, the planet's getting too hot, we have to do something about it. Okay, these are issues, but the real problem is people, they don't have the care for Mother Earth. So we have to be conscious of these things. People run air conditioners, nobody's in the room. It's not good for the planet. We have to be conscious about all these issues. If you really want to devote yourself to Mother Earth, you're really caring about Mother Earth, be conscious. So this is very important for us. So that mood of devotion should be there. Okay, and here's a quote from Srimad Bhagavatam, from the 4th canto, chapter 18, text number 13. Manaji, can you?
The planet Earth is also called Vasundhara. The word Vasu means wealth and Dhara means one who holds. All creatures within the earth fulfill the necessities required for human beings, and all living entities can be taken out of the earth by the proper means.
Right. So this is Srila Prabhupada's purport. It's a very nice purport. Prabhu?
As confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, the process of yajna was instituted from the beginning of creation. By the regular performance of yajna, the equal distribution of wealth and the restriction of sense gratification, the entire world will be made peaceful and prosperous.
So yesterday we were speaking about yajna, the importance of yajna. We have to do yajna by Vishnu, for the pleasure of Vishnu, sacrifice for the pleasure of Lord Vishnu. And so this is important. Everything on the earth is actually meant for that. And we have to recognize that. And then the world can be much better. Alright? Yes, somebody else can read? Oh, did we read this one?
No.
No. Prabhu?
As already mentioned, in this age of Kali, the simple performance of Sankirtan Yagya, the holding of festivals as initiated by the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, should be introduced in every town and village. Intelligent men should encourage the performance of Sankirtan Yagya by their personal behavior. This means that they should follow the process of austerity by restricting themselves from illicit sex life, meat eating, gambling, and intoxication.
Jai. Sankirtan Yagya Ki Jai. Right? We are promoting Sankirtan. I know in Russia, in Vladivostok, for example, the devotees, they go out on Harinam every day. And it can get very cold there in the winter, snow. But every day they'll go out on Harinam. The ladies go out, have a nice Harinam party. And they have that tradition, they just go out on Harinam. It's every day they have to go out. And in London also, they have devotees, they go out on the streets in London. A couple, 2 or 3 brahmacharis, they go out every day on Harinam. When I joined the movement, that was all we did. We just did Harinam every day. Every day we go out on the streets of London, Harinam. We go out in the morning, we come back for lunch, we have a class, then we go out again in the afternoon. Come back for Arti in the evening. But that was the life of the devotee. We were out on Sankirtan every day doing Sankirtan. And so that Sankirtan Yaga, of course, yesterday I spoke how Sankirtan Yaga can mean many things. There's, for example, book distribution, distributing Prabhupada's books, that's also Sankirtan. And then kitchen Sankirtan, cooking nice prasadam, distributing prasadam. And then also deity worship is also Sankirtan. Maintaining, running the temple is all Sankirtan. If we have that mood that we're doing this for the pleasure of Krishna. So that consciousness is important. But particularly Harinam Sankirtan. Kali Yuga Dharma, Harinam Sankirtan. The Dharma in this age is Harinam Sankirtan. And Prabhupada said everyone should join the Sankirtan party as soon as possible. He liked us all to go on Harinam Sankirtan. And many places in the world, devotees are still doing it. We have nice Harinam parties going out. Like in London, they go to Piccadilly Circus on Saturday nights, isn't it? Yeah, they have the big Harinam there. How many people?
It's quite a few, at least 10, 15, 20.
Oh, okay.
I think 50 devotees at least.
Yeah.
Huh?
At least 50.
At least 50, maybe, usually more. And we have in Hong Kong, devotees, we go out on Harinam there, and they have like a promenade, it's along by the sea, and there's always a lot of tourists come from mainland China. Tourists from mainland China, you know, they've never seen devotees before, they've never seen the Harinam party or anything. I went on Harinam here, Stockholm, one with Lakshman Prabhu and his brother, and some other, who was playing the harmonium? Who was it playing the harmonium? Huh?
Maharaj.
Yeah, the 3 of us, and I was there. And you know, everybody knows you. You know, the Swedish people come along and they're all, you know, they dance and like that a little bit, you know, and they're like, oh hi, Hare Krishna, how are you? You know, they know devotees. They come because they see you. They've seen you for years. But in Hong Kong, you know, when we go on Harinam, people that never saw you before. It's totally new. Yeah. It's a whole awakening for them. They're getting the seed of devotion, seeing the devotees chanting and dancing. So Sankirtan Yagya, very important. Yeah? Someone just read this part? Manaji? Yes? Can you read?
Disappeared now.
Oh, it disappeared.
If the intelligent men or the brahmanas of society chaotic condition would change and people would be happy and prosperous.
Yeah, people will be happy and prosperous. This is the duty of the government, the leaders. They're meant to make the people happy and prosperous. Prosperous doesn't mean just giving them money for sense gratification. Real prosperity means peace of mind, being able to control the mind and senses. People have the impression, if I get money, I'll be happy. If I'll be prosperous. That's the way to hell. You give people money and they buy alcohol, they buy so many drugs, they do so many things which are really harmful for the environment, for themselves and for the environment. So people have to be educated. They need to learn what is the proper way to live, what is the proper lifestyle. And we have to show people that by our Krishna conscious program. Okay, any questions? Any comments?
There's a question.
Yes?
Yeah, I actually wanted to comment on this, like, if it's better to have a big temple or a small temple. And you said that having a big temple may be uncomfortable for some devotees because it's too crowded. But I actually think that if it's a small temple, people from the outside or non-devotees probably would not want to disturb the intimacy of a small temple. So having a big temple is actually a good thing for preaching.
Having a big temple is good for preaching?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, in some sense it's good for preaching, but it may be good for in some sense that you attract a lot of people, but for the devotees who are actually living there, the devotees who are actually living there may not be the best thing. Having small temples, there's more caring there. There's more opportunity for relationships and for teaching. You get big temples and you're so busy taking care of all the people coming there, you don't have time to take care of the people who are living there.
Lots of managerial issues in it. Even in a big temple you can part it into groups and have different mentorships and so on. And even in a small temple you can be so busy between the few devotees that you never have time for anything. So that's just management.
Yeah, you're right. There are different ways to view it. It could be good, it could be bad. I mean, big temples, yeah, we like big temples, but you have to be able to run it. You have to have manpower, you have to have money, and so on. If you have these things, okay.
So Prabhupada said about the Mayapur that it was very nice and mode of goodness for the devotees when it was small, but in order to have room for everyone to join them, you have to expand it.
Yeah. So Prabhupada wanted a city, a town there, like a city, Mayapur. So having more land was necessary. But still, building the big temple, we're still challenging, they're still building it. It's been going on how many years? 20 years, something. We don't want to stop the preaching. Fortunately, preaching's still going on. A lot of people come to Mayapur, big crowds of people, more and more. Even though the temple's not ready, not opened yet, but still more and more people are coming. And the devotees are preaching. You have to have people who are willing to preach. Not every devotee is willing to do it. If you ask them to sit down and give a lecture to people, some people can't do it. Some devotees are very comfortable to do it. And in Mayapur there are some devotees like that. You know, in Mayapur, after Mongol Arti, immediately after Mongol Arti, they will invite people, all right, who wants to sit down and chant japa with us? And they have, you know, they'll have one Bengali man, he'll start speaking to them all, and they'll give out japa beads to everyone, and they'll ask them to sit down and to chant one round of japa. Get people to do these things. And they do it every morning. And there's people, they'll sit there all day and give class. People come. People are coming and they'll sit and listen. But you have to have people who can do it. You have to have the manpower. Prabhupada said, Krishna consciousness is not for lazy or crazy people. Often, you know, Western countries, you know, you get a lot of lazy, especially New York, you know. New York is incredible, you know, there's so many crazy people there. You know? And there's another city, Berkeley, in California. Berkeley, they call it Berserkly, because so many people are berserk, you know, their minds have gone, you know. And a lot of people from drugs, they lost their brain, and they're just living there in caravans, and half the city is full of people like that, who are like burned out on drugs. So they call the city Berserkly. You've got, on one hand, you've got the University of California, Berkeley, and you've got Nobel Prize winners. But on the other hand, you've got all these drug addicts who are burned out, you know. And you go on Harinam there, and it's really difficult because there's these crazy people. So we're always being challenged to how to preach Krishna consciousness. It's nice to go on Harinam, but sometimes you take young women out on Harinam, and you get lusty young men come along and they want to grab the women, you know. You have to be careful. Okay, thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki.
Tomorrow we're all going on Harinam.
Jai.